when we last left off, our intrepid heroes arrived in Verndale, a lovely little city nestled beneath the mountains. And there they had the chance to meet their friend Hadley and her dad, before, as adventurers want to do, immediately got drawn over to the brothel.
So Steve started.
Yeah.
For once, Steve was the first one
Weirdly.
to go to the brothel. So the party interacted with Lucky Lucy and her gals. Kate made the somewhat uncomfortable realization that Hadley is Lucy's daughter, and Kate's been to this town many times and is an adventurer,
Woo,
etc., etc.
She's been there while Lucy was getting very lucky.
Yes, indeed. So that was uncomfortable. The party
What do you
picked
mean?
up.
She eats pussy just like her mom.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sigh.
Wow.
So
You beat.
the party picked up a side quest from Lucy. There's a lovely little garden of herbs outside of town, which includes the material components for moon tea that the gals have been going out and picking themselves for years now. Unfortunately, some monsters moved in and made it too dangerous for them to go out. Lucy got electrocuted, but luckily it was just a little scratch. Managed to get away mostly scot-free. The party headed out, found that there was a manticore leading these little earth fae. They had themselves a good old-fashioned scrum and got the manticore to surrender with the promise of centaur pussy. As one does.
Huzzah!
Fortunately or unfortunately, we shall see in the future. This manticore, who was part of some sort of fertility cult, sure did plant her seed right in the Tory. So,
Huzzah!
as is tradition,
No escape.
you get the heart icon.
Yay.
So while that was going on, Ashe, Kate, and Hadley wandered off into bushes, and having been peer pressured by Thelerien into doing a funny on Hadley, Kate did indeed mention that, boy, Hadley sure does eat pussy like her mom.
Is that why she had a freak out? Did you actually
Yes.
say
That's
that?
what it was.
Yes, that's what she.
And then,
No.
she rolled her will save correctly to like keep her shit together, and Ashe fucking threw a twist of fate on her.
Why would you do that?
We thought it was funny at the time.
I
it
would
turned
agree
out to
that
not
it
be funny.
was funny.
It was funny
Was.
for everyone who isn't Hadley.
The two non-sociopathic motherfuckers
Oh
here,
my
like,
God.
we're all fucking twisted. Be like, man, the fuck is wrong with you?
See, Hadley would have just thought that was kind of funny and gross if she'd successfully kept her will save, but instead you re-rolled her into like a 3. So
Yeah.
she had to freak out.
Yeah.
But luckily, it's nothing that buying her an entire ass cake won't fix, probably.
Entire ass cake
Probably.
and treating her like an entire princess for an entire day.
Yeah. Kate, however, does feel super bad about it.
I do feel super bad about it.
Yeah. So,
You only feel bad about it after he pointed out that that was a really fucked up thing you did.
well, I mean, they feel bad about it because of Hadley's reaction. If she'd
Yeah,
kept...
I mean, if she laughed, then it would have been fine.
Yeah.
She did laugh, and then the twist of fate.
Yeah, the
is
twist
that
of fate is
it's
the fucked up
freaking-
part.
Yeah, that was the fucked up part, I guess, but it was really
Yeah.
funny. I still stand by
Which-
it being humorous.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was
To
funny
be
as
fair,
fuck.
that's why Ashe is treating her to a Princess Day.
Yeah. I used a spell slot to specifically to inflict insanity on you, smiley face.
Anyway, moving on.
Super sword.
So yeah, the party returned to Lucy's. It came to light that Thelerien was the champion of this year's Grand Melee, and Lucy and the girls all wanted a piece of that, and so they got it. while the rest of the party
They
hung
all got to
around for
ride
the
the
night.
tongue train.
Uh, while you were there, Arlene eventually came back and was really quite upset that the party fucking left town without mentioning anything
Oh
to
yeah,
her.
we forgot.
Yeah, yeah.
Arlene.
You
Thing was,
literally
though,
just
like,
forgot
we had-
Arlene in town.
We had as well, like, probably gotten back before she knew we weren't around at all. It's just, like, completely forgot after that point. Like, oh yeah, fuck.
Yeah,
Should have told her exactly where we were.
I'm just kind of used to her going off and doing her own thing.
She does also vanish, but no, she was actually running an errand for me. I'm just badly forgot.
Yeah, if Arlene had just like slipped off into the shadows, never to be seen again for the day, like she probably wouldn't have been mad. But no, you like asked her to go somewhere for
what
you,
we
and then
thought.
she went there. And when she came
Yeah.
back to like talk to you guys again, you weren't even in town anymore. She's really quite mad.
Yeah.
does she feel less bad when we tell her we resolved the situation by boning?
No.
No.
Well, good thing is at least she can't yell at fucking Steve for that because Steve was the one that sent her away on errand. And he wasn't there when she ran off either.
Steve has the greatest power of anyone here to just like go turn fucking Winston into a bird and send him out to go like deliver a message.
But then Winston has to go be a bird and try to find somewhere without being eaten.
That's not that hard.
I feel like he has less chances of being eaten as a bird than he does as a spider.
Especially in a city. But anyway, yes, you guys left your daughter in town. She just sat on a stoop for like 6 hours going, where are my friends? And yeah, that's about where
Well,
we pick up. You have all woken up, had your breakfast at Lucy's place, and made your way over to Hector's workshop.
This time, making sure we have Arlene in tow.
Yes, you have not forgotten Arlene this time.
Look, if I don't say it, you will make it so like somehow we managed to forget her.
Look, you just need to like put a little bell collar on her or something. But yeah, so having returned once again, Hadley will lead you inside and upstairs to Hector's workshop, where you can find the familiar bearded daddy upstairs, hard at work on an easel canvas, while another fellow looks over his shoulder. One who looks remarkably quite similar, save for a bit of a lighter hair color.
Looks like a brother.
Yeah, it's not entirely surprising. I had assumed like they were brothers, given that he is Hadley's uncle.
Two of them
Could
are.
have been a brother from another mother.
Yeah, could have been a maternal
I mean-
uncle,
Could be.
Yeah.
but isn't. Doesn't look like it.
Eh,
Actually, I mean, I guess it could be. Yeah, it still could
Could
be.
go either way.
well, no, there's definitely a family resemblance in these two. Besides the very similar style of dress. Yes, as you enter, you can see them working. The man you haven't spoken to before has his chin in a hand, one elbow in the other hand, staring with squinted eyes at the canvas. This is quite a monster you've thought up, Hector. I just can't get the thing out of my mind. Oh, there you are. Good morning,
Yeah.
everyone.
Yes. Good morning. Hello again.
You speak of monsters.
Yeah. What has he got on the easel here?
Once you say so, the other man will gesture you over. You can see that on his canvas, Hector here has drawn a rather darker landscape than those you've seen before. You've seen very beautiful watercolors and such from him downstairs, but here is an almost nightmarish realm. Dark shadows clinging to tall, ragged mountains. A terrible thunderstorm brews in the sky, and hurtling down from the peaks is some sort of coal-black steed wreathed in flames.
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh my. What brought this on? It seems a bit different than the other works I've seen here so far.
Looks incredible. That a nightmare.
Hearts.
Looks like the fire version of the Dolan we took care of.
Dullahan? Not familiar outside the stories. No, this is hard to explain. I've had dreams lately. This creature just seared into them.
And what does it
Wow.
do in your dreams? Does it chase you, or...?
That's the thing. I'm not in the dreams. It's just hurtling down from the mountains and smashing into the town, lighting it all ablaze.
That's not good.
The same mountains that the druid circle we are searching for are in.
And that's right.
Hmm.
Oh, speaking of which, the other man will interject and extend a hand. Yes, my brother here mentioned you. Indeed, must be the adventurers. My name is Jonah.
We are.
Yeah, nice to
I'm
meet you.
Ashe. And I'll catch his hand and give him the shake.
It's a strong,
meet
vigorous grip. A historian and archaeologist, and I have an interest in, well, as my brother mentioned, the druid circle outside of town, or at least that's theorized to be there.
We've heard as such from Hadley, though I am curious to what you have discovered of it. Do you know what it is a circle of?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, records are quite sparse. It seems to be a cult of earth power. I had thought it might be Saracenen, but, well, we've seen no indication of her cults around here.
That's
What?
not entirely
Yeah,
true,
We ran
actually.
into a Saracen Earth cultist just yesterday.
What?
Yeah,
That was
a
Manticore.
manticore.
Yes, while we were running an errand for Lucy, and we met upon a manticore that was such a follower.
And then you vigorously followed with her.
Hmm.
You can confirm Saracenen?
Yeah, Saracena.
We also found a magical item out there with it that I believe is from a druid circle. Thelerien, if you would. Because you have the, I think you have the rod, right?
Yup. I show it off.
Why? Well, I see now why you come so highly recommended. You're well ahead of the curve.
We try to be,
No.
but sometimes luck just favors us for a little bit.
Uh-huh.
He will take the rod from you and look it over. Ah, yes, exactly. You're correct. This symbol here, the circle around the tree, that is most certainly the symbol used by the druid circle. I've only seen one example of this before, a very old, I suppose, holy symbol of their order. It was traded here in town, 30 years ago or so.
It seems
That-
to be the last time anybody saw him.
Yeah, that lines up to what we've heard.
Yes. There are some records here in town of people having interacted with them, but not for the last 100 years in writing, and a generation back now, and anyone seeing one.
Is there anywhere records or maps, old hunting trails maybe, might be recorded? Because their circle would probably be confined to where a hunting trail coincides.
See, that was my first thought, actually. But it would appear that this circle isn't aligned with hunters. I've already scoured most of the common trails still in use, and I've sent some people up into the mountains to follow older trails, but they've had no luck.
Is there anywhere particularly marshy or muddy? Somewhere that might have been she'll like make the gesture and then ask in like Elven, like a verge, a bluff, a raised earthen land,
Hmm.
and swap back to Arunan again. Yeah, because if there used to be a circle, then the verge will have collapsed and probably become quite swampy. But if they were earth druids, it makes sense that's what their place would be like.
Well, there is the lake to the west of here. That's, well, its south coast is near the mountains, but far enough away from any settlements. If you're looking for a swamp, that's probably the only place.
Yeah, it would be particularly fertile, as most swampland kind of is, and any particularly muddy bogs or banks would have been a circle or a structure when it existed.
It wouldn't be a bog because bogs aren't in the same way as for verdant, as it said.
Fair, I'm generalizing, certainly.
Well, it is a symbol of preservation, as there's a lot of things that can be preserved in the mire in the bog itself. Type of waters that it use.
Yeah, I've heard of old monsters whose bones can be found intact at the bottom of bogs, but I used bog when I should have said like it would have been floodland, I guess. Sighs and shrugs. Anyway,
Out of curiosity, is there any place on the mountain that you would call overly verdant or abnormally so?
Unfortunately, the mountains are pretty sparsely populated. There's a group of dwarves that live up there, moonshiners and trappers, as far as I'm aware, but no farming communities. You would think that if there was good farmland up there, verdant land, people would have settled it.
Verdant.
But not farming, just
overgrown.
overly grown.
If there is, I'm not aware of it. There are a few places
That's a
I've
moosh.
checked near here, but no circles, I'm afraid.
Well, I would recommend them talking to some moonshiners, especially dwarves living in the mountains.
Yes,
checking
indeed.
out.
That would be my first thought, but they're an insular clan, and I've had no luck sending messengers out there. Might be a sort of thing one has to do in person.
Yeah, they'll all rub their mitts together. Been a
Yeah,
long time since I've seen dwarven moonshiners.
we're pretty good at talking to people too.
Yep.
And don't we have actually some goods to trade in for them as well?
We've
But
we've already traded those, I do believe.
Yeah, most of that gets sold off right away.
no, not too bad.
Hector, as an aside, how long ago did those dreams start?
Oh, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, perhaps?
Yep. Hmm.
And they're persistent. Are they an every night thing, or?
Not every night, and I wouldn't worry too much about it. I've got an quite active dreamscape, have all my life, and these sorts of things come and go. Usually it's
Nice.
strange domains. First time in a long while I've felt the urge to paint a monster.
Yeah, that's what's. But please hold still. I'm just gonna do a quick examination.
He gives you a very concerned look, but Hads will just pat him on the shoulder. It's okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna do a check to see, is there any similarity to the type of any type of magic or curse kind of thing that we've experienced, but in a different way? That he's getting
Sure.
like that.
You can roll a detect
Magical.
magic on him.
Yeah. Okay.
The Arcana.
So 23.
23. He does not have any ongoing magical effects that you can detect.
Well, no curses. At least you got that going for you.
I'd be shocked if someone tried to curse me. I'm just a painter. I've crossed no witches that I know.
Yes, and you don't need to.
It's good.
They're rather whimsical in how it is, but this doesn't need to be a lethal curse. You can be cursed with premonitions of unloving, or you can be cursed with the knowledge. Anything can be a curse.
One doesn't just attract curses to them sitting around an office, I would hope.
Well, you could a dreamscape, the dreams. Always a bit of magic in your nights, in the sleep, in the realms that start to border against others.
He frowns and scratches his beard. That's disconcerting.
Anyways,
And most of the deeper things are just theoretical so far, but you are quite an exceptional painter, and you've been just controlling your dreams and how you say the outer realms as you see it.
He will nod at that, though he does not look comforted by this information.
The only reason I make mention of it is because, I don't know, it just feels I have a bad feeling that the circle and that are connected in some way.
If the circle was trying to send some sort of monster our way, you'd think they'd be cursing my brother here, huh?
Not
Put
necessarily
his
that the
hands up.
circle is sending a monster. Maybe that the circle was defending from one, and it's
Or
failing
a
now.
premonition.
A premonition.
Still, why me
As
of
I said.
anybody?
Because
no
you
interest
have
in
the
this.
ability to put it to drawing,
Yeah, you're a painter, a creative.
to give
A
life
wanderer
to
of
the
dreams.
vision.
Only a guess, only a chance.
Like I
Just
said,
looking for
it's
explanations.
just a bad feeling.
Sometimes
It's probably
magic
nothing.
just be that way.
All of a sudden, it feels like a day drinking sort of day. Excuse me, I'm going to find a bottle of port.
So let's talk shop about finding the druid circle.
Yes,
I
of
know we will
course.
be venturing out to go and find it, but how do you want to go about it? I assume you don't want to tag along to an adventuring party in danger in finding it. So
What?
once we find it, do you want to
Oh,
secure
I'd
a
be
path
delighted
it,
to.
or... Oh,
I'm no
I like it.
stick-in-the-mud office dweller. He will
Oh.
pat a sword hanging on his belt. I'm capable of taking care of myself, and as we said, these dwarves seem to disparage messengers.
I see.
Then
Very well,
again,
then.
if you feel I'll get in your way, understand you adventurers are close-knit types.
Not any worries. I just wanted to make sure of the possible route that you'd want to take with it.
Yes, I would be happy to lead the expedition myself. It's too dangerous for one to go alone up there, but with so many, why, we should have no problems.
Yeah,
Very
sure they
well.
will. It's not the issue. It's making sure that, well, you have everything that you have on yourself there and back.
Hmm? Do you think I'll be robbed?
No, I mean all your bits.
Oh, well. I'm sure you must have a cleric or some such, yes?
Also bad greetings.
Well, perfect. A doctor and a healer. I have nothing to worry about, I'm sure then. Kate'll furrow her brow. Although, if there's this many of us, avoiding trouble might be a little harder than usual.
Mhm.
We'll be 9 strong and Tori practically counts for 4.
And she takes up a lot of space. She posts it up. For a high five.
I high five.
Yeah. Oh god, and she is
A little
easy to do, it's
confusedly,
true.
but
It was a joke along the lines of, you mean
Please,
4
I'm
people in a
still
fight,
in
right? Yeah, you may not understand, but you'd never leave a gal hanging.
So... Oh, please, go on.
No, I was just saying, alright then.
Yes, well, then I suppose we ought to get on with it. Those dwarves won't find themselves.
Absolutely. Have you got any interesting botanicals, something that we might be able to entice them with as a trade? Something they wouldn't get quite so easily from where they're at.
Not myself, strictly speaking. I believe my brother has a collection of certain dank herbs in a desk somewhere.
Not the same thing, and if it's grass, we've got that. I was thinking like junipers and things like that.
To enhance their moonshines, as it were.
Hadley huffs. Dad gets mad at me if I smoke any of that.
Well, you know how parents are. Do as they say, not as they do.
yeah.
A parent has to make all of the mistakes first, just so they know exactly how bad they are.
Right, yes. I'm sure your father's only made that mistake once, and certainly not every other night.
If it's every other night, then it's definitely Hadley's fault for not even being able to smell it.
Heads harumphs.
She will smile.
Well, anyway, we could buy some here in town. There's a pretty big vineyard up the way. You need stuff for flavoring booze. They've probably got stuff.
Sounds good to me.
Yay, flavors.
By pretty big vineyard, you mean the Margrave's estate? Well, yeah. That's a bit more than a day trip. They've probably got suppliers here in town, right? That would make sense if you know them. Hads will glance at you. We can ask around, right?
Yeah.
It certainly doesn't hurt.
So let's go do that.
Sure.
Make that our first stop.
Yeah. So if one of you wants to give me an investigate or persuade test to try and find a supplier for the vineyards.
I would.
Critical?
I was gonna say, like, do you want to split them up so, like, some people are doing
Well-
persuasion, or it seems we have a
Figured
critical
we
there.
would just
Sally knows exactly where she's going, even though she's never been here.
I've never been here, but you know, if I'm
Ancient
looking for
memories.
drink, then I am drawn towards something interesting.
Yeah, so you think about suppliers, and then you like leave the building, and then go across the street to the Barnholts.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, the old dwarf behind the counter will indeed fess up that his shop does import some various spices and herbs for the Margrave's vineyard. It's all very expensive stuff, I'm sure you understand.
Of course, of course. What if we were to come back with some moonshine as a trade? If you were willing to part with some, we're trying to make friends.
Throw me a persuade.
Gonna get hard?
Yeah, I can try and persuade him out of it for it. A little bit of a deal. You want to assist me or something like that?
Yeah, I'll assist you. My persuade's only a 3.
I got a 5.
Yeah, rock and roll. Nice.
How about a 20?
Nice.
Alright, yeah, if you will bring back a crate of moonshine, he will happily surrender some of these leftover enhancements for the Margrave's wine.
Excellent.
Sure, he can source more before they come knocking again. They've been busy up at their estate lately anyway.
Have they been?
Busy with what?
Big season or?
Oh, I wouldn't know. Must be something important. They've got the Grand Master of one of the knightly orders staying up there. Have done for a couple of weeks now, I hear.
Interesting.
Neat.
Might have to stop by there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, you didn't hear it from me if they aren't inviting, understand?
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Just rumors on the plains.
Mama didn't raise no knock.
Dwarf will nod and pass the box along.
Excellent. Nothing like a box of fine botanicals to entertain a large selection of dwarven moonshiners.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was simple enough. Shall we get underway then?
Absolutely.
So.
This is exciting. It's been years since I've done true field work.
Oh, we do gotta stop by a tower on the outside of town.
Hmm?
Yeah, we've got some mail to deliver to the tower on the hill.
Yeah.
I suppose that's on the way. You do know a quite dangerous witch lives out that way, yes?
Is she that dangerous? I hadn't heard about
Margarita?
that.
Yes.
Is she dangerous?
I've never met her myself, but so say the townsfolk.
Yeah, they're always like that when it comes to magic, I'm sure.
Hadley
Dangerous
will
in
glance.
what way? Does she just attack people that come up to the tower, or?
No, she's just a practitioner of unusual magics. Can be kind of dangerous.
Unusual magic?
We tend to meet those kind of people all the time.
Heck, I feel like we tend to be casting that kind of magic half the time.
I feel like
Not
we tend
like
to be those
blasty
kind
kind of magics. Retta's all about curses and transmutations. She really
Oh,
is kind of
so
the
cool.
spooky frog turning into witch.
Ah, I see then. Then we should have
I've
no
never
issues.
been turned into a
We'll
frog
be
before.
fine.
Yeah, I mean, she's nice. I think she'll like you guys.
Good.
Oh? Do you know this witch, Hadley? Yeah. She'll glance at Ashe and Kate. Full disclosure, I guess. I might have dated her for a couple, 3 years.
Oh, cute.
Yep, okay, that makes more sense, I suppose.
Just gonna roll the thing real quick. Jonah will stroke his beard in the exact same way
Yeah,
Hector
it's
did.
like it's like I wonder how a son becomes a daughter when they're dating a transition witch. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah,
mhm.
exactly. That's where my mind went with it. Like, yeah, no, Hadley
Well,
knows
at
which
least
because she
I
held her out
hopefully you
in
had-
this transition.
Well, at least you, by association, hopefully ended on good terms.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, she kind of dumped me, but it's fine. We're
Aw.
just-
Oh,
Oh,
But hey, I've been there before myself. I'm like, yeah, I got some good friends. They were lovely people. They did break up with me, but you know, whatever.
Yeah, it's
Same boat.
whatever.
fine. We still talk. I mean,
well, her loss
nice.
then.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hadsel nod.
Anyway,
Yeah, anyway. Kate will give Had some head pats. You guys can head out. And
the hills are alive with the fucking climbing weirdos.
eh,
1, 2,
It
3, 4.
is a brutal climb up a very steep, very mossy hillside.
Yeah.
And
What?
this is why you got the fucking climbing gear.
Yeah, well, Tori's probably pretty good at climbing. In
Hell
her
yeah.
hooves.
Oh, yeah, she has split hooves and everything.
Yeah.
Some clippy cloppies.
Climbing. I'm still 2 levels away from actually having a climbing speed, but climb.
Hads and Arlene, not so much. There's going to be a lot of huffing and puffing from those two. Jonah seems actually quite fit for his age. Has no problem keeping up.
I'm pretty good with athletics. I'm probably doing pretty okay.
When it comes to the paths, I'm not exactly a slouch.
And so it takes the party an hour or so to forge their way all the way up this hillside. Till you eventually arrive in the shadow of this quite tall stone tower sitting lonely at the top of the hill.
Ta-da!
Oh, cheer up, Tower. You're not that lonely.
Has a quite solid looking wooden front door that's reinforced with big bars of iron, and over it are several crenellated sub-towers where archers could rain down munitions on you, but you doubt this witch Margareta has a company of bowmen in her employ. Probably.
A nice little tower.
Is there anything we should avoid saying to her on the off chance?
I go up and knock on the door.
Has does that, like, put up a hand and put down the hand. Go and knock. After a moment, there is a shifting in the door and part of it opens. There was no, like, vision slit you could see before, but now there is. And from inside
Hello.
you see a shadow. Just sort of peers out at you.
Hello,
Oh,
mail
hi there.
delivery.
Once you say mail delivery, a small silver tray slides through the door, presents itself.
Yeah. Clonk
Mail
postage in.
from Lady Lavanya.
The tray recedes into the door, and a moment later it returns back with a gold piece.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
And the tray goes back in, and the vision slit closes.
She was lovely.
I take it she's not
That's
one
pretty
for
easy.
visitors usually.
That was an invisible servant.
Yeah.
don't think Red is even awake at this hour.
Ah,
Fair enough.
Tori, do we need to wait around for her to make a reply, do you know of, or...
We can always come and collect a reply later on the way home.
Yeah,
Oh, we're gonna
I
have to
don't-
climb the mountain again?
Lavanya didn't say anything, but
I'm sure Ashe can give you
Might
a
as
piggyback.
well
Look at
ask.
him. He's absolutely built for carrying
yeah.
people. Carrying. I was about to say carrying women on his back. That's not quite fair. Not
Princess
entirely
carried on
untrue,
the
but you know.
mountain.
Of course, if you aren't tired, my back is open if you want to ride on it.
Kate starts to open her mouth, glances at Jonah, closes it again. Kind of seems like a waste to
Something
come
else
all
is
the way up
open
here and
too.
not even meet the witch.
A little bit,
Well,
but
what can
if
we do
she's
if she's
asleep,
not
then
awake?
I don't
If
know,
you'll
knock
rather-
What
again?
day is it?
Oh, at this point it's like 10.
Oh,
I can knock really loud.
can make a tiny little campfire and begin making coffee. That always wakes people up.
Ooh. I like that idea too.
And if she doesn't come out for coffee, then
yeah.
you know we get to have coffee.
Yeah.
Ooh, pat Vale on the head.
Huh?
Hello.
Coffee.
She knows.
I will
She knows that Vale is infamously as well difficult to get out of bed.
What?
I'm not sure the aroma of coffee will get to her within a tower. You'll probably have more luck knocking
Nonsense.
than anything else.
We can do both.
Alright, Tori, you just gonna knock again?
Yes.
Alright. The door transmutes itself a vision slit, and a little invisible servant shadow stares at you.
Hi, we're also here for a personal visit.
There's a 10-second pause before you hear a rumbling voice. State your business.
Social call.
Yeah.
Checking on local wizard.
There's
Wait.
another 10-second pause. No solicitors.
We are not soliciting. I
no
promise.
solicitations.
And we have Hadley here with us.
Yeah. Ex-girlfriend social call.
Did you have to phrase it like that? Hads will
Oh, well.
lean out from around Tori and wave at the door. Hi, can we see Retta, please? There's another long pause, and the door will transmute solid again. Well, hopefully he's gonna go get her, but it's a whole trip up.
Well then, let's
Hopefully.
prepare that coffee. I'll put together a little camping stove and prepare a delicious pot of coffee.
Yeah. Just about the time you're ready to start serving it up, the door will simply slorp down into just a wood grease on the ground, and a figure
Wow.
will step through.
Whoa.
A
Nice drink.
human with short red hair, dressed in the traditional garb of the Witch of the Woods, big, wide-brimmed black hat trimmed with gold, long black dress that shows off lots of thigh and shoulder.
Hello.
Ah,
Good morning to you.
Why, hello there. Hatters, what brings you up my way? Wasn't expecting to see you, or so many friends. Hi, Retta. They wanted to meet you.
Yeah. Technically, we just came to deliver a letter from Lavanya, but You sounded really nice.
I am really nice, that's true. And I suppose a friend of Hatter's is a friend of mine. Though I suppose that depends on if he came with business or just for pleasure.
Game with coffee.
Yeah.
I will hand her a mug.
She will give it a sniff. Well, I'll take that as pleasure then. I'll take the cup and give it a long slip, or sip even.
Yeah, it might be both, depending on how much you know about the mountains around us here.
Yeah, I'm sure we could think of some kind of business.
I may have some. I believe I have some personal business.
Oh, well, now, do tell.
I'd rather not.
I suppose we're at an impasse then.
In
She sips her
I-
coffee.
public.
Oh,
I think it seems to be a more
secret
private matter.
business.
There is something I would not mind discussing in private, though.
All right. Now, not to be rude, ma'am, but you seem to be both a knight and a dragon, so if I let you into my tower, are you going to either take up roost upon it, insert a princess, or are you going to be the princess getting rescued? He just gives you a smile and waves you in. Come on.
Okay.
Take Vale inside and just close the door on the rest of you.
She's just as much of a charmer as Vale is.
Well, she's gone. Hallie, do you think she knows anything about, like, magic in the area of the mountains here? If she might be any help to locating this druid circle?
I'm sure she probably knows something about magic. It's sort of her thing.
Right, but in the local area here, though.
I don't know. I've never
Local
really had
air-
occasion to ask.
Local area witch might know about magic in her local area.
Yes, she
Makes
might. That's
sense.
why I'll ask her when she comes back.
As it sort of
It's
spreads her
entirely
hands.
possible that she doesn't either, because sometimes magicians like to stay holed up in their towers.
Maybe.
That's
called being
luckily
an
not
introvert.
Retta's thing. If we'd come in the afternoon, we'd probably see her out here in a sleeveless shirt chopping wood or something. Or tobogganing. She will gesture to a winch and a big old toboggan just sitting by the side of the tower, bolted on. Which, if you recall from last
Oh.
time, Had's mentioned is really quite fun to ride down the side of the mountain on.
Fuck yeah, I
Yeah.
bet it is.
She does it without any snow in the area here?
Well, yeah.
I imagine she's a
Because
wizard. I
it's-
bet she can make her own snow.
I mean, you can toboggan on rocks
Auntie,
as
we
long
used
as
to
it's
do that all the
sturdy.
time.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I think it might even be enchanted, but probably not. Might have just said that to impress me. Inside the tower, Vale, you are led into a quite breezy little sitting room. There's no windows in here that you can see, but there is a draft coming from up what turns out to be a quite hollow tower. There is just a single massive chamber about 5 stories up, surrounded by a winding circuitous stairway going up to finally a single door up there. There are certainly windows on the 3rd, 4th, 5th floors that go out into those sub-towers. There's not a whole lot of decoration in here either. There's a few tapestries up on the wall depicting strange arcane circles and symbols, and a bear skin on the ground in front of a single fireplace, which is currently unlit. Retta will stride over there with that classic sexy gait and just snap her fingers, causing it to ignite. So, Lady Knight, what can I do for you?
My name is Vale. It is nice to meet you. Um,
Enchanté, Lady Vale. I'm Margareta, the witch.
well, my friends, well, Hadley has informed me that you specialize in transmutations.
That's correct.
Um,
Sorry, honey, if you're looking to turn into a full dragon, that's a little outside my scope.
no, this will be confidential. Yes, I don't like to um, talk about myself particularly much.
Of course, dear. What's
Okay.
troubling you?
Well, it has been something that I've had to live with for quite a long time, but it makes things kind of difficult for me at times. Let's see, my mother was an adventurer, and she kept around a few trinkets, and I got a bit curious once upon a time and
So
put some
how
of her
big
old
is it?
things on. Uh, they'll put her hands apart.
Retta just whistles.
Whoa.
Whew, that is a mighty
I got
fine
qu-
item indeed.
I got quite the scolding. I thought it should have been labeled better.
Well, I hope you've learned your lesson about touching magic items without identifying them. It's a good way to get
Definitely.
cursed.
Yes.
Now, lucky you, you'd have come to the right place.
Well, that's good to hear.
So, she will go over to one of the few shelves in here, laden down with potion bottles. And...
I'm not looking to get rid of it. Just as you might imagine, it is difficult to deal with, and it makes it difficult to find someone who would be an appropriate partner.
Now, ain't my place to say, but it does seem like you got someone ideally suited to that, battering ram of yours right outside.
A level 5 clam cracker.
I'm not. I am not exactly. I don't just go trying to lay everyone I meet.
Well, unusual, an adventure with some class.
Well, I am not hardly really an adventurer. I'm a knight of the Azure and of Lyris on a errantry.
Ah, my mistake. I mistook an adventurer for an adventurer. She gives you a smile and plucks up a potion from the rack. Here. These aren't easy to make, but they are based on a recipe by the famous alchemist Jacquard Lontec. Might be
Oh,
just what you're looking for, honey.
maybe. Let's see here.
You behold the list of potions.
Decrease one.
I mean, it's exactly what I was
54
looking for.
inches.
Decreased by 1d4.
It
It's
is, but
just,
this could get quite expensive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that-
you're what, 2 foot?
I could.
She's like 22 inches, if I remember right.
21.
Yeah, you need
Yeah.
like 3. You probably need 4. You
might-
probably need more than that because they're not
Uh,
plus. It's
it dep-
just a
it-
flat 1d4.
It could, yes.
Check
If
your
I
deals in
roll
bulk.
if I roll badly,
Realistically, 2 to 3 of them would like get you down respectably, but it's a gamble.
it
Or
is a
just find a
gamble.
cast, you know?
I mean,
That
you
was-
have a Cassoid, a Cassoid, a Cassoid, and a Centaur. So, I mean, that's not a problem.
Yes, but I'm not courting any of them.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so
Yeah,
clearly
she's
what you need, if you scroll down a little way to the bottom,
Yeah.
you just buy
there
some
you
of
can
those for
just-
Dolores.
I don't even need that. I've proven I can take the 2 football.
Yeah, but this is Vale actually like to court proper people.
You don't know what Dolores does in her free time.
Yeah.
I sure as fuck know what Kate and the other fucking does in his free
Then
time.
again, Dolores doesn't know that she should be training for that.
Yeah,
No.
she doesn't know that she's got to be practicing her lancemanship.
Yeah.
I forget, does Dolores even know Vale has a schlang?
I don't think so.
I mean, if she's
Lamau.
seen her at all, then I think she's seen it.
And she hasn't seen Vale naked, and Vale, like, very specifically dresses in a way to make sure that doesn't
wears
show off.
loose clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True, actually.
He does
yeah.
wear, like, full-ass skirts all the time.
Yeah, with
Yeah,
lots
it
of
was-
frills. I mean,
it-
the frills
it
are
was
awesome.
It was a big deal when we were searching for a fitting swimsuit.
That is a
I remember
good
that
point.
conversation.
So let's see.
Probably
Mathematically, it would.
If I roll
require-
well, 2 would
3.
be fine.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you roll great, 2 would be fine.
yeah. That would get you
Yeah.
from 4-8 down there to 13.
Let's see here. So, you have bow sets down there, don't you?
I have some
Yes.
magical thing though.
Okay, so you can't just there's not one to easily get rid of it and then like grow a new one.
Yeah, so I would just say the fact that like even at 13, you can fit about half of that inside a normal fucking human.
Savin, out of curiosity, how does switch it up work for someone that has both? Does it not
It
work?
doesn't do anything.
It doesn't
Okay,
do
that's what I thought.
anything.
So
I will
Gamble-
take
we
2 of these tone it down potions.
yeah. I was
Oh,
gonna say
goodbye,
gambling
my-
wise.
Goodbye, money.
Bye bye money.
You know, gotta admit, I've almost never sell these. I think these have been sitting on the shelves for now on 15 years.
15 years. I hope.
Don't worry, potions keep their oomph pretty much forever.
Okay.
After all, as a Knight of the Blue, I'm sure you've found all sorts of canoptic potions in dungeons.
I guess that is true.
Well, here you go. If you want, I've got a changing room upstairs if you aren't keen to show your friends what's going on.
That would be most appreciated.
Well, follow me then.
Oh,
She will hold out her hand, and a broom will just snap into it from where it was resting against the doorframe.
Oh.
Hop onto it, sitting sideways, and just float on up the stairs.
Well, that's quite convenient.
Ain't it just? Fortunately, you're a bit bigger than Hads, so we might have to hoof it.
I don't mind.
So you can go on upstairs where you'll be shown to a hallway that does indeed have like a quite nice little changing room bathroom combo with a standing mirror. Retta will quickly go fetch some towels for reasons.
Why does she need to do that?
I mean, think about it, Kina. If it goes down, it's got to come out somehow.
Well, see, it's gonna... She'll make like some holding grapefruits motions with her hands. Those get any smaller, the inside's gotta come to the outsides.
Oh.
And
I
since
see.
you've made it clear you ain't the flirting with just anyone type, well, this'll just have to do.
This is what you've been training for. Behold, this is a sock.
Well, alright, Alright, I'll see how this goes.
Good luck. I will step out of the bathroom and close the door.
Okay, Vale. Alright. Oh boy.
Do you want to roll them separately or both at the same time?
I'm definitely rolling them separately.
You're not gonna like torpedo both of them at once.
No, I'm not sure.
Let's see it then. You're 19.
Average.
What the fuck you mean average? Oh, the dice.
Dead
yeah.
center.
No, Vale is
You want a
Vale is
D4
still
is
quite a bit
average.
above average. That is within the realm of average for the dice, yeah. Now just roll a 3 and it'll be perfectly average. Hey!
Nice.
Hey.
That's a good one.
Down to 14.
Yeah.
That's manageable.
Solid.
I mean,
15.
15.
That's still way off where she
It's
was.
still
Still
really big.
huge, but
That's definitely an
What do you mean
improvement.
it's not fucking huge?
Yeah.
That's a foot and a half. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
it's
foot to
huge.
3 inches.
It's better
That's
than almost
massive.
2 feet.
Yeah.
Now you're only
I'm
4 inches
still-
bigger than me.
I need you to understand that a vagina can take up to 6 inches before you bottom out.
please, I've seen the porn. People can take way more.
I've
than,
seen
like,
that's
some
a lot of
video.
training.
people prude about.
Yeah, a normal.
It's a lot of training, but like, it's a lot of training.
Yes.
I've seen some disconcerting things. Yeah.
Also, who said anything about a vagina? Dolores has 2 holes.
It's true. This is true.
Just do anal on your first
Shit.
date, 5-head. Anyway, so yeah, Vale, on that second
seven
one,
holes.
there is definitely a just stomach lurch, just, and then squirt onto the towels.
Oops. Well, she did provide these for a reason. She knew this was probably going to happen.
There is a tiny cackle from outside the door when you go, oops.
Yeah, mathematically, I would say that 3 was the one to go for. But I
Well, I
think,
don't have
Vale-
that much money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I get
figured
you.
that.
I'm down to 70 gold.
I mean, this is accomplished what you wanted, though, so pretty good outcome.
This was a good outcome, yes.
Especially considering, like, you could have gotten just 2 down.
That
If
would
I
have
had
been
gotten
tragic.
rolled 2 ones, like, oh, all that gold.
I would have
for
said, like, hey,
this.
your potion's faulty. Give me another one, please.
Are you
like,
sure these didn't expire?
Yeah, like, really.
You should have tried to buy in bulk.
I don't need to.
Especially considering
I
she
don't
said
need
these
that
haven't sold
many.
for, like, 15 years.
Yeah, you definitely probably could have negotiated a discount, but As it stands, a good outcome regardless.
I'll take it.
So,
More
everything okay
specifically,
in
so will your
there?
girlfriend.
Yes. Everything's fine. So I'm gonna clean up.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll have one of the unseen servants handle that. Unless you made a mess of yourself.
No, no.
Here's another tiny cackle outside the door. You'll hear some stilettos giving you some space.
Okay.
Yeah, you can
Vale will make herself presentable again and leave the bathroom.
just gonna leave the messy towels like on the floor where they belong.
Well, she said to just leave them
Yeah,
there.
no, just making sure. As you start to leave the bathroom, an unseen servant with a little silver tray will float past you. Let's go gather that up.
Okay.
Well, they work as expected.
It did work fairly well. I
Okay.
was a little bit worried with the first effects of the first one, but the second did, seem to be a little bit stronger.
They are random by nature. Takes a more direct hand to make minute adjustments. She'll let that one hang in the air for a second before giving you a smile. So, ready to go join your friends again?
Yes.
Well, do let me know how it works for whomever you're shrinking yourself down for. Hate to have it go out that my product was anything less than satisfactory.
Um,
She gives you a toothy grin over a shoulder, off some pearly white fangies before escorting you down the stairs again.
I don't know how to deal with this.
Tiny Ree. Yeah, that noise.
Exactly, Wingy. Exactly. About 20 minutes after you guys have last seen Vale, you will see the door once again dematerialize. Margarita will come out riding on a broom. Jonah seems quite put out by this. Like, my god, the stories are true.
I take it everything went well?
Yes, everything is fine.
Good. Wonderful.
It was a tough nut to crack, but we managed.
Oh.
Well, we have
Say-
some questions, if you wouldn't mind answering.
Oh, well, don't keep me in suspense, Mr.
Steve, physician, researcher.
Mr. Steve.
You're a rude one, Mr. Steve.
Right. We were hoping to ask if you knew anything about any ancient druidic circles in the area. Or have any knowledge of anything that might be similar.
I suppose that depends on what your definition of a druid circle is.
Is there any different definition of it?
Well, sure. Some druids congregate in very formalized circles, much like priests at a temple. Others are more scattershot. Don't build monuments, just loosely associate. Some others are full-on warrior orders.
Then how about this? Thelerien, can you produce the rod? Have you seen this symbol around the mound anywhere?
Yeah, I'll show her the branch. The wandy.
She'll strut over and give it a look-see. Oh yeah, I've seen this symbol once before, though it was a long, long time ago.
Do you remember where?
Here in the mountains, off to the west a ways. There was a man. Human, I think, but honestly, through all the muck clinging to him and the smell, could have been a troglodyte. Either way, he was wearing robes and a symbol like this, telling me not to drink the water, don't drink the water, they're poisoning the water, can't you tell? The water'll turn you into a... She'll glance at the old man and then smirk. Why, it'll turn you into some sort of horn beast.
Horn metaphorical or?
Spreads her hands. I couldn't say. I didn't drink
Fair
the
enough.
water.
Fair enough.
I see.
Though I would suspect he's suffering from what one might call schizophrenia. Having himself an episode.
Poor man.
She nods. But that's the only druid I've seen around here in a long time.
You happen to have or sensed any sort of magical disturbance, some say 2 weeks ago?
Disturbance? No, can't say I have. Though the ether all through this region's been rather aflamed lately. It's quite strange.
Aflamed, you say?
Drawn on more
Familiar.
powerful magic sends tingles up the spine, makes the fingers feel warm. It's unusual, but nothing I haven't
Interesting.
seen before near dragon veins, but
One of
thing
the
is,
artists in town was having nightmares about fire and horses.
don't know about horses, but I'd lay the blame on a dragon vein if I didn't know better, but thing is, they ain't
Yeah,
one
those-
around here,
Yeah, those don't just happen, do they?
and they shouldn't.
But could
I
they?
mean, there's been research into artificial dragon veins, not that it's produced much results.
It could be someone's messing with them. Could be someone's trying to destroy one somewhere and we're just feeling the aftershocks. Or it could be someone's had a realm magic spell going on since who knows how long, and it's only just ended.
Oh, that one
Jeez.
could be it.
See, the most powerful magics, domain level stuff, that'll suppress a dragon vein that it's cast on, drawn out its power till it ends.
Huh. Well, why would it be ending now?
Good question. If that's what it is.
Well.
Could just be something affecting the ley lines itself.
Like, say, ancient broken primordial pacts.
I doubt that very much.
You doubt that yet we've come in contact with such things.
I don't doubt that you've encountered broken primal pacts.
But you
Warlocks
doubt they're the
break
cause
their
of the...
pacts all the time, but it wouldn't affect the ley lines like this.
Oh no, not just personal. We're talking about ancient pacts, not
I mean,
A pact can be
really
young or
individual.
old, but that don't mean it's between the ley lines and a god.
yeah,
Someone,
we've run into
somewhere.
desecrated temple stuff. That doesn't necessarily mean it's that big a scale.
Someone, somewhere always made the pact. It might be between them and their descendants, sure, but there ain't no pacts between the land itself. That just don't happen.
Interesting.
There's a lot to think about with those. Oh well.
What if the primordial was the land? Does that count?
I don't think that's quite how it works.
Oh.
Anywho, I'm afraid I can't point you to what might be causing it. Just the symptoms, and they ain't bad enough that I've felt compelled to look into it. All things
That's fine.
pass.
That's true. Just looking into the whole drought thing because it seems unnatural.
I'd agree, but whatever's causing that, if it is unnatural, has been at work for years. Whatever's touching the veins around Verndale, that's only been a couple of weeks, most.
That's fine. You've already given us a good amount of information for our current objective. Just even knowing where those druids were roughly in the mountain gives us more clues.
Yeah.
Well, happy to help.
We'll be up in the mountains for some time, and Tori's already giving the letter for Lavanya. If that needs to have a response, we will be going back up there eventually. So, if you need us to pass it along, then we are at that disposal.
Of course. Luckily I can just toss her a sending back. Unless
That
it's
is true.
something
Oh yeah.
important enough that needs a full response.
That is the downside of sendings, the limitation of words.
Indeed. Well, regardless. Good luck on your search. And take care of hatters for me.
I
Of
will.
course.
Don't need taken care of, but thanks. It's good to see you, Hedrah. You too, Hads. Hope your quest has gone well. Oh, it did. We found the key. Oh,
Yeah.
well. Congratulations. I'm surprised you didn't come running back here to tell me all about it. Well, things came up, you know. I see. Well. Have fun with your new toys, everyone. Some big, some rather small. He'll
How
give you
subtle.
all a wink, and turn on a heel, and stride back in. The door
She was
will
very friendly.
reform itself as she
Yes.
goes.
Yeah.
Nice woman. I'm glad she didn't refer to me as some uncracked egg, whatever that means. For some reason, transmutation wizards love calling me that whenever I meet them.
Uncracked
Huh.
egg?
Oh yeah, she
I'm not
called
sure
me
what
one
it
of those
means.
too.
Oh.
Had shrugs.
Whatever that means.
I don't
Mm.
think you gotta worry about it.
Yep, no idea. Never heard the term.
A walking joke.
No, I don't think an
No.
uncracked. No,
Wow,
that's
that's
just
just
mean.
mean, Steve.
I don't think it means that.
Mm-mm.
Anyways, let's go find those lost druid areas, shall we? Now we have a somewhat of a direction.
Yeah. So. According to Margaret, it was somewhere off to the west of here. She encountered that druid many years ago.
So, like, over here?
So
or...
yeah, it seems like one of these two or these three is a good like.
You did not press her for a distance, and she just gave you a direction.
Ah,
The shiners were
This
what
general area.
direction though as well?
Somewhere down in, like, here, as far as Jonah is aware.
I think it's probably prudent to try this way first before we try going deeper into mountains.
Yeah, really anywhere in this like honeycomb.
Yeah. It's literally just start wherever west part is. Where
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can go due west and just, like, hug the edge of the lake for a while if you want.
Yeah, because she says about like how don't drink the water is what the guy was saying. So presumably he
Yeah,
means like a spring coming down from the mountain or from the lake itself.
Could do. Worth that check.
Yeah. So, if you just want to move, like, over to here without going into the mountains, I don't necessarily need a roll because it's a lake. You can follow it. You're not in the mountains where
Yeah.
it's dangerous. But once you arrive here, then I will need a direction and a travel check the next day.
Sure. Set
Can
to
we
mountain. I'll
invest-
do our survival.
Hold on. What was that, Angel?
saying can we like investigate the hex since this is like general area where she said?
Yeah,
or...
you can spend a day just thoroughly searching the hex
Find
you're in.
like a tributary, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
This is just a tributary.
So for that, I would
What-
just like one survival check, please. Or if you have cartographer's tools, you can use that.
Kablamo.
Okay. So, this lake is fed by two tributaries. One, we in fact just drew out on the map. One is coming down like meow, and the other from like meow.
Okay.
So you seem to in fact be in a valley between two waterheads.
I think we should check out
Huh.
this one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. South makes more sense.
Sure.
let me get my drawn up map here so that I.
I mean, I'm pretty
So
sure
they-
your drawn out map goes through both of these
Yeah.
tributaries.
But like, if
No,
the
it's
witch
not
probably
that.
met him, he probably met him in this one rather than like that one. That's a lot further away of a distance.
Yeah. Agree.
Also, with a 22, Skow, could you roll me a d8, please?
The trees are watching you.
5.
A 5. All right. You see evidence around here, specifically up through this valley, of quite large spiders. Probably some variant of the dire spider. On the occasions that you follow these tributaries up a little bit to see kind of where they're going, you see that the trees in the valley are just bedecked with thick, heavy webs, big enough to have snared small game animals, rabbits, foxes, even a couple of small deer, all of which have been drained of their fluids.
Fluids.
Uh-oh.
I will mention as much.
That valley
That's not
probably
good.
quite dangerous.
I have a lot of fluids.
You do. You are like a buffet. Probably want the other one then? It's
The one we
unlikely
originally
that-
planned to go to, this one over here.
Yeah,
This one has spiders.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, though, gigantic animals growing would be hints of a druid circle. The other one is almost certainly
Yeah.
where the dwarves would be, though. They're not going to be hanging around in Spider Town.
Or the dwarves could be over here still, too, even.
They could also be along further, yeah.
Yeah.
You do not find any evidence of dwarves, at least not in this hex, aside from looking across the lake and seeing some dwarves. But those aren't the moonshiners. They make respectable beer.
Yeah.
I mean,
Even
We
though
could-
there are
Yeah.
spiders, I think this is still the right way to go.
yeah, we
Yeah,
could
alright,
always
yeah, it's fine.
beat up the
Just gonna
spiders
say-
and ask them.
I'm just gonna say that this hex here, was that where the dragon fell?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, if ever there were druids, then a giant animal's not an uncommon thing.
And also, maybe before the spiders try to eat us, we can wring druid information out of them.
That would always be nice. Most spiders I've met are polite, but I've not dealt with dire ones in a long time. They've got no reason to be dicks, but you never know.
So, to the south then?
Sure.
Alright, then I will require some travel checks, because this is into dangerous ground.
Yes. I believe I did athletics for something. I don't remember if it's scouting or for something different. I know, I say it every single fucking time.
Let's go see.
18.
21.
Really on travel. Yeah, Ashe is a scout, Thely's a navigator, Tori is a cook.
Pretty sure 21 is good enough for mountains.
A 20 is
Better be.
pretty good, however, a 18 cooks is not going to do it.
Can I drop a guidance in this bench?
This is too long-term of a test for a guidance. It's over the course of a whole day.
No problem.
You could throw an inspo at it if you want.
Yeah, it's probably worth it not getting some horrible food disease or something like that in the mountains. Go ahead and reroll.
Okie dokes.
Not good enough.
Woofers. Alright.
I don't think Flash of Genius would help.
No, it's
Too
still
long of a
just
check.
Yeah,
too long a
to
duration.
use it.
So yeah, as the party heads up into the mountains, it's less that Tori gets you all sick and more like as you are progressing up the mountains, someone's pack gets just snagged onto one of these nasty rocky outcroppings, and before anyone can save it, there is a tremendous rip. And let me just open your old party loot here. So you've already used
no.
2 supplies just getting out here. Actually, this will be 3. And yeah, so you've missed by 3. So, Guardy, could you roll me 3d4?
Wait.
Hmm.
What does it use the reroll instead of the
Oh
battle
yeah,
roll?
okay, so you missed by 2. So yeah,
Yeah.
2d4. Yeah, this is in Warhammer.
Oh,
Damn.
that's like 8 days of supplies gone, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that is, in
Yeah.
fact,
Oh.
supplies just
That's
hurtling into the ground.
fucked.
That
That's a
hurts.
rough one.
Ow.
Tori's like entire like mess kit just rips open and tumbles its contents
Ah.
all the way back down to the bottom of the mountain.
Oh.
And then a bunch of like big nasty spiders just swarm over it.
Fuck.
Yeah. They're better than them getting us.
Yes, it's unfortunate loss, but we have to make do.
All things to lose, though. Food is not a fun one.
No.
We still got plenty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we still have a decent amount still.
An awful amount to lose, though. Especially now.
Yeah. Kid'll look down. Hope they choke on it.
Now, if you want to ask some questions, there's no better time than now after they had their fill.
I don't think they're gonna want to get in a shouting match with us.
Onwards.
Onwards it is.
Onwards it is. It's a good thing you don't have like a single more person with you, otherwise you would actually be like pushing into 2 rations per day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So, following this river up to its waterhead takes you, yeah, an entire day of just hard, grueling mountain climbing. For you finally arrive near enough the top that you can see where this water is pooling. And within a tremendous waterfall booming down the mountain, you see a statue carved of ancient stone standing vigil over an ancient bridge.
Oh,
Whoa.
now. This is a promising find.
Yeah, that's a big guy.
Don't suppose there's any local legends or tales of it that you know of, Jonah?
No, not at all, which is odd in of itself. Though there's few folk from Verndale who'd go out into the mountains this far. And I don't recognize that style of armor either. It's not Coranian, I don't think.
Oh, let's be cautious and see if we can't get a little bit closer to examine it.
Arlene will, as is tradition, hide in the shadows.
Is there any symbology on the giant statue that we can see from here? Or do we need to get closer for that sort of thing?
It is a fucking big statue. I think if you're near the edge of the water, you can probably make out everything on it.
Okay, I'll get to like here then.
Yeah. Kate'll come with. Yeah, as far as you can tell, looking at this statue, it has no heraldry, no symbols writ upon it. But at the same time, it is also a very distinctive form of armor. It's very old.
Could I make a history check with advantage since I'm a blacksmith for this sort of thing?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
It was
How about oh, there we go. Crit.
Crit. Okay. Jonah is technically wrong. While it doesn't belong to the modern Coranian culture, these sorts of helmets have been found in the past in this region. The armor itself is unusual, but the helm's distinctive fluting does match archaeological finds you've seen written of in the past. It does appear to be native to the region, perhaps Elven in make, or from Valen. This would be on the northern extreme of that kingdom's territory.
Oh, it is ancient Cranian. Who would have guessed
Huh.
it?
What do you mean?
Would the armor have?
And check the helmet and the plumage there. The armor itself is odd, but the plumage and helm style are the right for region.
Well, look at you go, Nat.
By the gods, you're right, yes. I've seen that helmet styling in books before. Ancient indeed. That does match certain ancient elven patterns. Although, the crest in the middle is unusual. Elves were traditionally quite handy with plumage, feathers, and such, and their armor would be tremendously adorned. This is unusually plain.
Does the armor have any similarities to the restored Stormfisher armor that we had, that we handed in before at the start of the early game?
Restored Stormfisher armor. Not... I guess you could make an intelligence check for me.
Very well. Let's see. Just
Come on, get a crit
intelligence
too.
check.
Okay,
Well,
I guess that's how it's gonna be.
You did ask.
Yeah, you
Okay.
did ask for it.
You challenged the luck.
So, in terms of material culture, not really, but what you recovered back there were bronze breastplates. Those are truly ancient. This is almost modern. It's not quite modern plate, but it's approaching that levels. But the stylings, the artistry in it, and more importantly, the complete lack of any adornment to it. For whatever reason, the Stormfishers apparently really fucking hated putting symbols on anything. Sometimes on their
Like an
architecture
aesthetics.
and on their temples so far, that's about the only place you've ever seen them put any sort of symbols or human depictions.
Yeah.
And this
Were
guy's
they
completely...
renowned for asceticism?
That's the thing is, again, according to
We don't
history,
know.
they shouldn't have much material
Yeah.
culture in the first place. They're
Oh, right.
nomads.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
So from your perspective, from what you've gathered, that would indeed match their styling. They are almost brutalist in their lack of any sort of unnecessary aestheticism.
So it would be
Brutal.
more. This would be a material revolutionary type down the history, but that means the culture would have intersected some
Well,
thousands of years ago.
but if that's a lot newer than the other ones, then
Yeah.
when did they disappear from history? Because
Well,
that sounds like it's a lot. If they were just here a couple thousand years ago, then it seems like it'd be a lot harder to get rid of.
well, there's a lot of things that happened that could have happened before the fall.
Hmm.
that time period there when magic was abundant and things were as they were.
Hmm.
Who knows what couldn't have been done? Who knows an empire was destroyed by the winds back then?
Do you think there's anything behind the statue? Some sort of secret cave or something?
Oh my gosh, that's like the biggest storybook thing.
It's very classic.
How could you build something like that and not put a secret room behind it? Although,
Hank, do you wanna give the horn a little doot, see if there's any kind of reaction?
Well, let's see, which one should we, which, though?
What do you mean which? The horn that she's got?
Yes, but which song?
Well, I don't know, whichever feels more vibe to her.
I play the Horn of Blessed Rain.
Bless the rains down in Africa.
Toot, toot, toot.
Place it ain't down the fucking Crania, please, it's Christ.
Please!
Please, we're begging you, rain on us.
Come on, God, fucking zip it down and just take that sweet, sweet sky tinkle.
Alright. You give a blessed doot. But nothing happens.
Oh,
And
should have figured.
Hmm.
I
Worth a
definitely
shot,
think it was
though.
worth a try, yeah.
Does it look possible to get like behind the statue, or does it look like that'd be like very hard to do?
From where you're standing, it would look like the statue's back is probably made into the rock face there.
Like it was carved out of the rock
Yeah.
face?
Yeah, it's not a
From
separate
where we
piece.
stand.
Okay.
I have to go around here, correct?
And that would give you a different
I mean-
perspective, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's go and
so-
see.
Hey, I'll
I'd
get a
rather have some
perspective.
people with me, just
The-
in case.
Waterfall looks pretty big, though. I don't know if we can afford to try and walk under there, I guess.
You just tell me when to stop if I need to.
See anything?
Can't really get much closer than this without climbing up.
That is a big statue.
Tremendous.
He's like turbo.
And the
huge.
fact that it's still standing after, well, millennia of constant water flow.
Do you think it's modeled after like a real person, like the big skeleton?
I don't know. Quick question now that we're closer to it. For the helm, is there like actual like slits cut out like that somebody could possibly go in, or like solid stone?
Yeah, it's solid stone. They're just,
Okay. So no going
lowered.
into the helmet. All right.
They're
That was my
depressions.
next- That was my next thought of like maybe you can get in through the helm or something.
Maybe the visor is actually articulated.
Yeah. You never know these statues. You gotta
Yeah.
think about it.
I don't think I could get up there, though.
Okay.
I think it'd be tough for
Uh,
any of us to get up there, really.
So let's see here. So the water flows over the shoulders and like falls down. So there's like a inner part that's not really getting that much water, I guess.
The arms, because, like I said, over the shoulders, not in between. Over the biceps and down. In between the forearms. Between the body and the forearms. So these ones are not getting the same type of flow, but they're still getting spray.
It'd still be wet.
Oh yeah, it sure as fuck it's gonna be wet. It's a waterfall.
Wait.
Water is indeed wet.
And it gets
It
everywhere.
makes things. Yeah, it makes everything wet.
How far up are like the arms from like where we are? Are they like 30 foot, 40 foot?
From where you are, let's see, it'd be like, more like 15 foot.
Oh, that's a lot less than I thought.
Yeah. I mean, they're not far above water level. They are, you know, trigonometrically, they're like 30 feet away, but
Yeah.
straight up, no, they're not that high up.
How okay. How fast does the water look for this?
It's
Fast?
not the fact that it's not the fast. It's the fact that it hits down. So it's constantly
It's
churning.
heavy.
Yeah.
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 So it's not fast moving down. It's a lot of force just spin you ass.
This is not as bad as like the waterfall back in last campaign that would just like shear you in half if you walked into it, but it's still probably gonna
Yeah.
hurt if you just like dunk yourself in that. Like probably quite a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
The
I would
difference
definitely not
between,
want to
like,
stick my arm in that. That might just like break it. But
Okay. Hmm.
Oh. Well, I got goggles, so in case somebody wants to tie a rope to me, I can just press down and see if I can see anything.
I could tie a rope to you.
Yeah.
Sure, I guess.
Rope.
I was going to make a suggestion I could try my best and dunk myself into sea, but if you're willing to.
Yeah, it points at the actual goggles he's wearing.
I tie a
Sure, but
rope.
also, the boy over there is a master of holding his breath.
That and I generally have a good amount of strength to get myself out if I did get sucked under.
it sucked.
Yeah, that's what I got the rope for.
Yeah, I don't think you want to be trying to crawl out by yourself. A rope's probably a safer way to do that part.
Alright.
Tie a rope
just-
around me and tie a rope around Steve.
Just to get to see if I can get any sights underneath there.
Alright. So yeah, you can dunk your head under. It's almost a little disappointing. There's not any of this night modeled under the water. The people who knew this clearly knew about where the water level was going to be pretty constantly. So, like 3 or 4 feet down, the statue just sort of molds back into the earth. However, his sword does go all the way down, plants itself
How
in the
far-
ground.
How far down does that go then?
At the deepest point, the lake's probably like 15 feet deep. Not tremendous.
Huh. That is strange.
Pull the Steve
And look,
back up after a couple minutes.
Just making sure to check to see if see the back. If I can see down there, I can just try to see the back side if there's any swirling down for any back pockets.
Oh, well, hold on here. You can't just look at a man's backside. My God.
I don't know. You do it all the time.
Not to a man. This is clearly a manly man. But, now, the statue... Yeah, from where you're standing, go ahead and roll me a perception check. Let's see if you see anything of note beyond that. Fortunately, Winston cannot help because he would die down there.
Yeah, I can. Let's see. If that's a little low, I can do a reroll, but
It's up to you.
flash it.
13 probably.
Yeah, I'll
pretty
go
low.
for a reroll. Let's see if I can do better.
That's a lot better.
Yeah.
Yay!
That is markedly better,
Much
yes.
better.
For like 2 success brackets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, so, Steve, You almost don't see it.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Gesundheit.
Dankeschön.
But yeah, there's nothing behind the statue in terms of like any room or air pockets down there. There's no like whirlpool feature. But you just turn your head ever so slightly as you're being pulled up, and you notice the statue's interior is hollow and the bottom is open. You can't climb into the statue, but you can swim up into it.
Huh.
He just pulls the head up of like getting air. It's like, well, good news and bad news.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
There is no secret pathway behind the statue.
Oh, that is bad news.
I bet it's inside of
The
it.
good
But-
news is there's a secret pathway into the statue.
Nice.
All right.
I'm in.
You might not be.
Is it large enough for Tori?
Look at him.
I mean,
He's
yeah, the lad's
huge.
big, but the opening might not be.
Yes, Steve, it probably, but Tori would definitely be squeezing quite mightily to get in there.
Can squeeze.
Gonna have to suck it in.
Yep, you're gonna have to suck in 1.5. At least.
1.5 years? That's fucked up.
Right then. So it's just swim under and up?
It just swim under it, just holds up, points at this fucking churning world with like maelstrom over here. It's like, yeah,
Sweet.
so we need
I
strong
mean, we could
swimmers.
run a support rope, like
Yeah.
with the strongest swimmer up to the door, so there's something to hold on
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
If they can secure it on the inside.
Yeah.
Guess that's probably me.
Excuse you.
What's your athletics?
6.
Okay, yeah, that's a little bit better than mine. I got 5.
Yeah, but difference is though that Ashe can actually get in without squeezing.
Well, it's fine. Like it'll
Squeezing
be a
doesn't
lot,
matter.
but it won't matter. And plus, it'll probably be better that she's the one squeezing in before there's a guide
Yeah.
rope in the way.
Secure in the rope.
So just to confirm, the plan is to send Tori in with a guide rope, like have her swim into the statue, and then like the rest of you follow her in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She can secure it there, and then we can use it to secure the rope out here, and then use it as a guide for, pulling ourselves while swimming.
Yeah.
And like, even if I can't, even if there's nothing in there to secure it on, like, having me to hold on to it is probably more secure than what anyone else would be able to get.
Alright. Well,
Well,
the moment you feel you're
least-
in trouble swimming up there, if you do get into it, give the rope a very hard tug and they'll start pulling you back out.
I'll do it. Do it? Guess I will.
Yeah, give me that athletics
Hop
check.
or hop. I'm
Oh,
gonna
no.
use my own inspiration.
Good plan.
Yeah, that's oh boy.
Oh
God.
no.
All right,
Wow.
Tori. This is a really
You're too
quite painful
buoyant.
waterfall. Like, you don't get to the point where you're going to struggle to fit your fat ass into the statue as you just get battered by this waterfall. You're going to take, 19 bludgeoning damage. And
Ouch.
are just churned around and spit back out onto the beach after a minute.
I'm gonna cast a quick Cure Wounds on you, and you get the Verdant Balm bonus. Enjoy.
Nice. But
Are
That
you okay?
didn't go as well as we hoped.
I think I probably should have gotten at it a different way.
My turn, I guess.
I can give it a try, I guess.
If you want to.
Nice.
Sure.
Toss you the rope instead.
Are
This
you
may
sure?
help. Not really, but I'm a strong swimmer and might as well give it a good try.
Are you though?
Yes, I have
Yeah,
5
the
athletics.
twink's athletic as fuck.
Yeah, strength
I
is
have,
his main stat actually.
Yeah, I do. Strength and charisma are my main stats. I got 17 in charisma and 16 in strength.
All right then.
Actually, Vale, what's your athletics?
3.
All right, just for the record, fucking Jonah's more ripped than you. Which is quite funny.
It's all.
Hey, why is it Ashe should be going second?
It's all, everything.
Yeah,
I have
that's
everything
why
in my
I'm going
charisma.
second.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I'm just saying. I don't think Vale's the third pick necessarily.
Okay, how about a 21?
Okay, that'll do.
There you go.
That'll do, boy. Alright. Learning from Tori's
Let me
mistakes,
see
you
if the
dodge the worst of the fall, and doop, 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 doop. Up you go. Once you pull yourself in there, there is a air pocket imp there, and a shelf about a foot up from the water that seems big enough for maybe 2 or 3 people to get up on and sit.
Okay. I'll climb myself up to the shelf there. Is there anywhere I can, like, attach a rope nearby, or do I just have to hold it?
Not really. There might be something further up, like, to help visualize. So there's... change color to something you'll be able to see. There's sort of the pool here, and the shelf here. And then it goes up into the night. Looks like there's another, like, shelf lip at the top, like, inside the helm, maybe?
So I'd have to, like, climb up to the next shelf somehow?
Yeah, if you're gonna find anywhere to, like, hook something onto, that would probably be the place for it.
Well, it's just a guide rope. You could probably just hold it taut for us.
Yeah.
Hey,
I think the more
hold it,
thing is that, like, there's not enough room for all of us.
hold it taut till I get there, and I can slam a python into the wall to hold it there.
Like, there might be room for, what, 2 or 3 more people, but, like,
I mean-
not the entire party, right,
I
Savin?
mean, I am probably not making it up to the second shelf, but like
Like, to
having
sit
me in there to take over.
to sit on the shelf, no, there's only enough room for, like, 2, maybe 3
One,
people.
yeah.
But you can have as many people as you want, just kind of bobbing up and down in the bottom.
Oh,
Like, they can just stay in the water. It's calm inside the statue.
okay. Yeah, I guess I'll give it a couple of tugs of, like, an okay to signify that I've gotten to a decent place.
No, who's next?
I'll go next.
All right.
Do you still need checks, or... I guess it will
Yes,
come in
I
there.
will. They'll be significantly easier now that you have a guide rope to pull yourself along. Yeah, see,
Where
that's all Tori
was
needed.
that 2 rolls ago? 3
You just
rolls
needed
ago?
confidence.
Now, Tori's fat ass is plugging up half the hole, but she is there and she is safe.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in hindsight, probably should have gone through the middle. It was much easier.
It was significantly easier.
Alright. Theli, you are going to take a mighty 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Actually, would a guidance help get me over
Yes,
any?
that would get you past the I take damage threshold now that you have the guide rope.
Honestly, keeping the guidance might be. I'll take
It's-
4
it's-
damage, whatever.
Yeah, it's fucking 4 damage. Don't be a pussy.
It's 4 damage.
I'll set myself here on the shelf, so that's probably
Yeah.
where I'm at.
My noodles have been clubbered a little, but I'm all right.
Yeah, there's still another shelf above us, but it should be easier to get to.
Veil, because you're armored. You should go before so that you have
Oh,
something
no.
to stay on.
We'll spend her inspo.
Kate, no.
I'm not sure there is
Okay,
anything out there,
no.
but you know,
Better.
never know.
Well,
Actually, she will guidance herself, because that's important.
Less battered.
I'm trying to decide.
Ow.
Still
Ouch.
brutal though. Fuck.
Yeah,
I'm
Kate
trying to
gets a little
decide if
bit
I'd
wise.
be more buoyant with a glacial aegis on or not. Ice floats on water.
Oof. Human roll.
Hmm.
There you go. Okay, James
Nice.
fine.
you
Heathers.
can pop it once you're inside. At the moment, you need that weight to not be thrown about so much.
I guess that's true.
Hadley's just gonna stay out here. She has 0 strength.
You know what? Understandable.
She'll vibe
Fair
with
enough.
Arlene.
Okay.
I don't
Girls'
think I'm
night.
making it up there, but I could probably help boost one of you up there.
You're
Mm,
fine.
Maybe.
And now it's time for, oh boy,
Good luck, Steve.
Hey, look,
the
Steve.
researcher.
I mean, you don't have to come in if you don't want to.
You can just hang out with the ghost of Arlene's past. And also Hadley.
Dang, Jonah's ripped.
Oh no.
Ow.
Ow.
Oh.
Yeah, Jonah's in good health for his age.
I'd give you an inspiration, but I don't have one anymore.
I have.
Same.
For once, I still have my inspo. Give it a go.
Hooray.
Yeah, that theoretically would be enough damage to knock Steve out if it rolls badly. Okay.
I mean, that's a lot better.
It's less
And you can
damage.
flash a genius to
Yeah, you're fine.
There we go.
Nice.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Good job, old man.
You remember to dive instead of dodge.
Right then. Other people aren't here. I'll go ahead and start giving this a climb, see if I can't get to that second shelf.
Alright.
Let's
This
see.
will be another
like-
athletics test.
Can I?
I will
here?
assist.
I was gonna say I was gonna look. I don't know if you can really get up your tiz. Yeah, sure. Okay. If James alright with that. Otherwise, I'll use
I
I-
doubt I'm making it up to the second shelf.
How are
but
you going to assist Ashe climbing up a sheer wet stone
By-
wall?
lifting him up so he
You're-
only needs to go like.
You're in the pool. You can't even get up onto the shelf.
No,
Tell you
but
what,
you can
can
Well-
Tori support me and then I'll give Ashe assistance climbing?
I can just use a adventurer's kit used to like make it so I have something to grip the walls and make it easier.
You can just pull some climbing tools out and give yourself advantage.
Yeah, I'll just do that. That seems way easier
Huh.
than
Alright, yeah, that's easy.
use up an adventurer's kit to use.
Up we go. Whoa!
Crit.
Nice.
Okay.
Well done. Good
By
thing
the
you did
power
too.
of climbing gear.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alright.
What's
Pretty
up
secure and
there?
everything.
Ashe, you clamber up into what turns out to be a perfectly spherical chamber, save for the flat bit at the bottom. And even that, now that you're up here, the shelf has a curve down to it, bowl-like, leaving as little room unsphered as possible. You're sure you're in this knight's helm, but it does not contour to the shape in there. And once you enter, you can see that with the light of your tail flame, the outer shell of this chamber is completely encrusted in a dazzling pattern of glittering rhinestones.
Ooh.
Whoa.
This man was Elvis.
Is there anything inside the chamber though? Is it just empty?
It appears to be empty save for the stones in the wall.
There's not much up here. I mean, it's a very pretty sight. There's a bunch of rhinestones in the walls and everything.
Wait, what?
Wow, I'd love to get a proper look at them.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make the ascent. I take it all the climbing, pythons and stuff are still on the wall.
Yeah, Ashe can just lower down a rope.
20.
Nice.
Yeah. Guess I could do a masonry to figure out what I'm looking at here.
And once there's two, the
Cut.
rest of you can just kind of clamber up. Okay.
Tell me your secrets, Rock.
Thelerien, this chamber appears to have been very specifically carved into the shape of the night sky. These rhinestones aren't just here for decoration. These are the stars in the sky. You're in some
Wow.
sort of celestium.
Ooh.
It's not quite an
Wow.
orrery. There's no planet models here. It's just
Yeah.
a replication of the ancient stars in the sky.
Ashe, can you?
Hold on, one
suppose
more
I'm-
thing. Since
Yeah.
you rolled that high, there are tiny, almost imperceptible lines in the stone as well. It's not truly perfectly spherical. No, there are constellations mapped onto the wall itself.
Would any of them happen to prescribe to, I don't know, say some primal gods?
Yeah, in fact, once you know what to look for, a lot of you can start scanning around. Yeah, there are 4 tremendous dragons in the constellations. One curvaceous, rotund almost, the Earth Dragon. One that is wispy and ephemeral, the Air Dragon. One that is ablaze with righteous flames. And one that is almost formless, shadowy, just the vaguest outline of a drake. Tritonus.
Interesting.
And once you
not-
identify them, you can see that they appear to be each in motion. Saracena appears to be striking at Tritonus. Tritonus is striking at Vulcanus, and Vulcanus is striking at Bellaria, who is having her go at Saracena.
Not quite what we're looking for, but still a very good find regardless.
Absolutely. Hey, Ashe, can you stand dead in the middle and hold up your tail flame?
Sure.
Face down, ass up.
Any particular amount of distance you want the flame? I can make it brighter or
Uh,
dimmer.
as bright as possible and as central as possible, so the light bounces off of all of she gestures at the stones.
Sure. Now do exactly that and put my tail flame to my maximum of like 5.
Yeah, that's enough to pretty much get the whole interior of the circle. Yeah, it is.
And I will enjoy this artisanry. I didn't expect it to do anything. I just, really wanted to see it lit up.
Well, I mean, it is now fully lit with bright light, so it is magnificently resplendent. But also you can see now that there is one constellation planted dead center of the rest. This one
Interesting.
appears to be in the shape of a circular shield. And in the middle of it, there is a rolling hill and glorious sunburst overlooking a tree.
Wow.
Interesting. Would this happen to coincide with the circle?
It's like directly in the middle of it, yeah. Like the circle leading down back to the water.
I think she means the
I mean, the
Oh,
druid
the druid circle. Hard to say. It has a tree on it, so maybe.
It's got a tree.
Wait. Sunburst tree. Would it happen to look like any of the iconography for the gold? What's the name again? The medical dragon.
Sephoria?
Her symbol was the serpent, wasn't it?
I thought it was like the
Caduceus.
Caduceus.
Let's see. Yeah, I believe
But I
hers indeed was the Caduceus.
Dr. Dragon.
Okay, just making sure.
Dr. Dragon
Yeah,
reporting.
it was worth an ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a storm dragon, not like a sun dragon or anything.
It's Dr. Doshish. Making sure to keep your vagina clean.
Although, once Steve starts like looking for her symbols, you will find that there is a pair of entwined serpents in Bellaria's corner, so to speak, sort of hovering around behind her as she strikes at Saracina's tail.
Interesting.
Wait, so does this placement mimic the stars above, outside at night?
Yes.
Ancient
Correct.
stars, yeah.
If we map out this place, we'll be able to map out like constellational placements and directions.
Yeah. I almost certainly could use them to navigate. It's what the stars are there for.
Well, it's not so much that, it's the fact that a current is in the pantheon of, well, I don't fuck S. Sarah, what's the name of the?
I don't know what you're talking
It's
about,
not the-
so...
It's not the primordial pantheon. It's the
Oh, Senatrian Pantheon.
Senatrian pantheon, which has their own, stars and shit. So I'm just thinking, like, where's the overlap? Just to get a comparison as well, if we can, see if like, okay, so this area should be about over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you'd be able to track the movement of the stars in the sky, comparing this to, like, the night sky outside today.
Yeah, and see if there's any stars missing. Because shit can happen over thousands of fucking years.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose that is entirely possible. There might even be new
Well,
stars,
yeah.
technically.
Yeah, there was some
exactly.
gods
Yeah, for example, you, for example, Savin, you haven't lived long enough to actually see the belt of Orion having 3 stars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, in the just 20 years, it's just faded away from constellation.
So yeah, you can absolutely, like, make that comparative map.
This is a lot of trouble to make something up here, such like this. Do you think there's any hidden compartments? Because, I mean, it doesn't contour exactly to the helmet outside.
Not in the stone of the orrery.
Toriel, shut up. Is
Celestial,
the
you know.
shield a real shield?
What do you mean, real shield?
No, she
Can
has a
you
point.
grab
Can
it?
we push it up or anything like that?
I
Oh.
will attempt to do so while I'm taking the rubber, I guess.
No, none of the constellations appear to be movable or pushable.
The Fate Shield.
Huh?
Yeah, no, none of these indents are things I can manipulate.
Torres was asking if the face shield where the helmet, on the helmet should be, if it was
No.
movable.
That's not
Yeah,
what I was.
Savin
I was
said
asking
it.
if the impression of the shield in the center ceiling was a real shield.
No.
Alas.
There's no notes or anything like that in here. It's just
More niftiness.
Well, Jonah, welcome to a site that's probably not been seen in hundreds of thousands of years.
Yes, it's spectacular. Though, as your friend points out, I do have to ask, why? Why create a star map this hidden inside of a statue? There must be more to it.
On the floor, well, floor, air quotes, of this, like, platform, is there any evidence there used to be a magic circle here?
Is there any indentation of like a bowl of any kind in this upper floor?
It could be a little hidden scrying hole, yeah.
You don't see one, no. Though it's entirely
Damn.
possible it was just, sat somewhere. There is the shelf you're all sitting on.
Can I do an investigate for, like, essentially secret compartments, spaces, holes, latches, symbols, signs?
I think that would be just covered under your mason tools. You've already gone over the stonework.
Okay.
If there's anything
Yeah.
hidden here, it would have to be magical in nature rather than mechanical.
Can we do an Arcana check for that then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Steve's probably got a better one, so I will help him.
Okie dokie.
I mean, presumably you have better than 3.
7.
Yeah, all right. Perfect.
Nice.
Okay. With a
One from a crit.
26. So Steve, there's no ongoing magical effects here, but you can detect a powerful residue of magic. Something that clearly you would think must be happening, if not right now, then in the recent past. Normally, the residue of spells fades moments, sometimes at worst days after the spell is cast. If there's residue of a spell being cast up here, it would have happened pretty recently.
Like, say, the 2 weeks leading up to a realm magic ending?
Probably not. Unless
Damn.
it was a really powerful spell and you're sitting right on the ley line right now. Which is possible, but more likely you'd suspect within the last day or two.
Oh, okay. Never mind my thought process there then.
Yeah, quite recently.
Yeah,
Wow, very
Do
recent.
I was gonna
Do you
like
think
like
Letitia came up here? I don't know how she'd know about it, but she was the priestess of Saracena.
Maybe does this place smell like manticore pussy?
with that good Arcana, can Steve like tell what type of residue it is? Like if it's arcane, divine, or primal?
You wouldn't be able to tell what of the 3 power sources it's from because you use the wrong skill for it. But that is definitely illusion magic.
Huh.
Illusion.
Can I disbelieve this room?
Yes.
Roll to
You can
disbelieve.
disbelieve anything you want at any time.
Yeah, true.
Up to and including yourself.
Ooh.
I'm disassociating very hard all of a sudden.
Yeah, you're not sure if you exist. But your momentary existential terror aside, there's nothing here to disbelieve right now, you're pretty sure, but again, you also get that sense of illusion, and combining that with your crit on the stonemason's tools, I will tell you this. You're pretty sure that the magic is emanating from the lines of the constellations. Like, there's something unnatural about them. The detail that they go into is far more than you've seen in any other constellation map produced, normally.
Are these inscriptions newer than the stars?
Oh, gee, I would hope so.
No, newer than the stones that have been put in the constellation.
Yeah, like, are they new? Newer than the carved star.
Yeah.
No, you think they're all part of the same map for sure. Like they're all concurrent work.
Can anyone make light or like simple illusions and fill in these lines, make them glow?
Yeah, sure.
You have prestidigitation, Steeb.
Of course. Like a proper arcade caster.
Yeah, of course. Alright, yeah, you can just start tracing your fingers along as you prestidigitate. Start making them glow, but unfortunately that spell doesn't last long enough to get all of this concurrently. There's just too many lines. You'd need like 20 Steves up here all doing the same thing to even try to get them all glowing at once. At least not that way.
I imagine it would be some.
Alternatively,
Yeah.
what if we use like a adventurer's kit used to like make some like glow lines or like some glow
Oh, we could do
filament?
alchemy.
Glow sticks.
Alchemy
That work?
could work.
Yeah.
22 if I've got a helpy hand.
Yeah, you got a Steve right
And
there.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And throw in a.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I'll chuck an
knack is what's
expert's knack on it, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Just brackets.
Okay, yeah, you are able to concoct a glowy paste you can fill all these lines in with.
Yeah, I'll probably pull out like the masonry chisel, but as opposed to using the sharp end, I'll just use the fact that it's a fine edge, and I will gently fill the constellations lines in with the glowy paste.
Okay, yeah, you luminesce the entirety of this little orrery, sort of brute force style. Yeah, they now all are glowing, and just gonna make a check real quick here. Mr. Jonah. Okay.
Hell yeah.
As you start doing that, he's going to just put a hand on Ashe's shoulder. Young man, can you dim that tail flame down to almost nothing? Or cover it
Yeah,
up entirely?
If I cover it entirely, I'll fall asleep, but I can put it as low as I can.
Or maybe just stick the tip back down the shaft here.
Sure, sure.
You could tell he had to like.
I'm afraid any time you start saying stick the tip in, you're like, hold up, buddy.
Yeah. Definitely had
I'll
to
dim it.
pause himself there. Cadle snicker.
Yeah, I'll dim it down to 1 and everything like that.
Yeah, one dim light and then stick the tip down. And yeah, once you get the light source out of the room, now that everything's glowing, there is an effervescent, almost hologram-like pattern that begins to form in the middle of the chamber, floating above the shelf you're all sitting on, so that for most of you it is just over your heads. Theli and Vale, it's your top of your head and the top of your horns are poking through a bit, but for the normal-sized folk, and Steve the Hunchback, there is now a second map floating overhead. And this one.
Wait, is it entirely made of like glow? Because that means I can't see it.
Yes, it is made of glow.
Damn it.
Wow,
It is a hologram. Sorry, Juno.
Whoa.
that's impressive.
What's impressive?
There's an entirely second map.
Oh. She sounds like a little bit disappointed when she realizes it's entirely glow-based.
Right, you probably can't see that. Sorry.
It's fine. As long as I know it's there, I can manage.
Well, let
She'll
me just
just
start.
she'll like place her hand until it's close enough to like get a reflection. Like the lighting quality on her arm changes.
I can describe it as best I can see it for you.
Could you attempt to draw it?
Yep.
Yeah, after we examine it a little bit, yeah. So what is this map of?
It appears to be a map of the area.
Oh.
Yeah, let me just pull you guys over. So, all of the geographical features are more or less the same, but none of the towns, settlements, etc. are there, except, as one might expect, Kyrania itself, though it looks considerably smaller than it did before, and Moonvale Tower. However, there are several other additional bits and bobs. Let's see. There is... No, I'm going to have to do this with a doodle, I think. Let's see. What's a nice color for this map? I'm going to go, let's try
I don't think a nice
this.
color exists on blue and
Come on,
white.
Hey, at
Steve.
least blue is no
Alright, I'm going to go with a
longer.
pink.
I was
Alright,
gonna suggest pink.
so... somewhere in here? Oh, I'm on the GM layer. That does not help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
somewhere in where.
Somewhere there.
There you go.
Oh,
Somewhere there.
hey.
Oh,
Oh.
I cannot see that for shit. I
yeah,
thought
okay,
you
I
were
see
gonna
it.
do like a
Bright pink.
Yeah, bright, like luminous pink might help. There you go.
There you
Hey.
go.
Okay. So yeah, right.
Magenta.
Yeah, there you go.
Right where we
And
were gonna go through.
Yeah.
up here,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and
Right where
let's see.
it's nice to have a specific place for that one.
Where
Interesting.
else? Oh yes, of course. There's going to be one right here out in the sea.
Whoa,
Oh.
Yep.
that's
Huh.
way up there.
There's one on the coral chorus in the sea.
Makes sense.
And
Okay.
there's one out here in the sea.
Whoa.
And
far
That's
away
far
from
out.
mine.
there is one more right here.
You have to say
In
what
the
here.
sea.
Deep in the
No, deep
barbarian
Oh,
north.
deep in the
lands.
far in the
Way
barbarian
north.
lands.
Yeah,
Okay.
way up here in Barbarian land. Theli, could you make an intelligence check for me? DC will not be high, but...
Are these locations the dragon veins?
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay,
Let's
14.
knackered.
You don't need to. You've passed.
Oh, okay. Alright.
This last one, way out here in the Barbarian wilds, that is the city you were born in, the capital of the Medusan Empire.
Oh, that's where home is.
Home, as in where
Yeah,
you used
where
to be.
I was for real born.
Then
Whoa.
are each of these places of ancient cities then?
Did they have cities under the ocean?
The ocean might not have been there during that.
Or
Even that far out?
the
Or there
pact
might be
of,
an island.
the pact of land and sea.
Oh, could be an island.
I don't know. History's not. My memory at best of times is kind of fuzzy, so I'm not sure.
Geography's not my strong suit.
Well,
Do you need me there?
I'm willing to make that bet that if that one's a city and where you're born, the rest of them are probably similar or follow suit.
Maybe.
Well, there are stairs leading to nowhere in the mountains by Titus Fall.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that one's right where the path
Yeah,
leads
that
to
is
the...
exactly where the
Yeah.
road leads, outside of Titan's Fall.
Huh.
Yeah, this is adding more together. I'm willing to definitely bet those are locations of cities
Okay.
Oh.
or where
Where?
cities used to be. Which again begs the question, why is this here?
With this level of advanced cartography,
I don't know.
And there's no markings in this area around this place we're in
Nope.
on the map. Huh.
This is one big, huge mystery.
I guess like out of character because I don't think well, I know Tori wouldn't have the first idea. Like, have any with any of the Arcana people who've been seeing the illusion, would there be enough to determine whether or not this map has been tampered with in the last time it was activated? Like,
I
could
don't
something
even
have
know
been
how
removed?
we'd go about that.
No idea.
Alas.
Well, it's not an ancient druid circle, and we'll still search for that, but I imagine this has got you, right pleased, Jonah.
Oh, yes, yes.
It's neat for
Hardly what
me.
I came out here for, but I am more than fascinated. These 7 cities, I guess we're assuming they are?
Yes.
That is my assumption thus far.
There's Corania, of course, then 4 out in the middle of the sea. If this is the Stormfishers, that would make sense. They're seafaring folk, but these
Did you
2 here in the mountains and the plains are a mystery.
mean 6 cities?
No, there
1,
should
2,
be
3,
7,
4, 5, 6. Yeah,
if
1,
you
2,
count
3,
Corania
4,
as well.
5.
Oh yeah,
Crane,
great.
yeah, Crane
Yeah, I
makes
didn't want to
7.
just put
Yep.
a big circle on
Yeah.
that, because
I gotcha.
Yeah.
The one
Mm.
right by the coast might be where this spear came from.
Is
That
perhaps they're
lines
the
up,
sites
yeah.
of old temples.
temples would make more sense. Yes. This must be some sort of holy place.
Some kind of holy secret keeper.
Or perhaps it's the route of a pilgrimage to be taken?
We're
Which one would
already
look
going
most
around
like
to
an origin
some of
point? I
those.
guess it would be up in the north in the capital. So I'm hoping that it isn't there, and then I hope it's not like order dependent.
If this is the start of a
Well,
pilgrimage, then in what order do you think they'd occur?
that one near Titans Falls, right where we're going.
That's
well,
That's
where I
even
would
by the
right.
start.
order.
That's
Yeah.
even right through
Well,
where we were going.
Or wait. No.
No.
Jonah will point directly up. Which of these has been given pride of place? The mountain with the sunburst and the tree. He will point down near Titan's Fall. Mountain, tree,
Tree.
but that's Moonvale Tower, not a sun. Perhaps there's a twin out there somewhere that's been lost to time. A Sunrise Tower.
A Sungrace
Sun
Tower.
Crest.
You mean possibly the Sun Grace Tower down here?
Oh,
Although we do.
there's
Somebody did tell us about a stone tower in the mountains near Neverson Deep.
Yeah, could be that.
There's no marks there though.
But there is a lot of. I mean, to be fair, I'm sure that Sungrace Tower and Sunstone will exist because of a certain lovely salamander we know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Stone
So
Tower could be a
there's-
go.
Yeah.
I think
It's worth
honestly,
checking
Moonvale
out.
might be a good choice just because we can. If there is a sister tower, Moonvale would be where we learn about it.
Yeah, and also like maybe that marked place in the mountains there is the alternate
Ah,
companion
there's
tower.
a stone tower in the ocean.
I know, I'm just copying that over.
Yeah.
There we go.
Can't hurt to try and find out.
Just gonna get rid of these markers and
Yeah.
put proper flags down.
I'm so excited with how big that fucking Adamus map turned out in the end.
All right, I gotta be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Good luck.
There we go. I think that should all be visible for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll do.
Excellent. This was an excellent find. And of course, I just, admire the work.
Do you have any idea what these stone fisher folk, what it is they would want to be? I don't even know if they're worshipping it or protecting it, venerating it.
I couldn't say. My off-the-hilt instinct is that it has something to do with the drought that's currently ongoing, but I don't know in what way.
Yeah.
I had some spitballing ideas and stuff, but they're too outlandish so far, but without the proper amount of evidence. But we are mounting it.
I wish it were that easy to just go on this pilgrimage and solve the drought, but
I mean, it might well be.
Hmm.
That'd be nice.
perhaps. Still, I will be happy to report this to the Archaeological Society. This will have people
Yeah.
abuzz for years to come.
Do you want a second copy of these rubbings?
Jonah has already started taking out his own charcoal.
Okay. Am I much taller than him? If so, I'll get it for him still.
How tall are you in? 6'6"?
I'm 6'9".
Of course. Then yeah, you've got more than half a foot on him.
Yeah, I'll get it for him.
All right. Easier for you to reach the ceiling.
Yeah, quite literally. And everyone gets to see what she looks like when she's tiptoeing.
Yeah, I mean, Kate's into it.
Everyone craning head respectfully. Yeah, once done, she will hand the rubbings over.
He too will squirrel it away into a waterproofed bag. Make sure it's nice and secure. Well then,
Bueno.
I suppose that's it then here? Or do you think there's more?
Yeah, I think so. I feel like I've gone over this as well as possible. I don't see any other clues.
And we shouldn't probably linger too long unless we're gonna have to tote around the giant four-legged race.
A giant four-legged what, sorry?
Raisin.
Raisin.
Yes. So you went robot-y there for a second.
Uh, Really?
I mean, more than
Poor
usual.
choice.
No, please. Hedrah is androidy most of the time. That was dial-up robot.
Okay. No, portfolio there's been soaking so much that she just fucking pruned.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Like she want the wrinkles are on the outside, not the inside. God damn it.
No, she is immune to your wrinkling.
Wrinkle,
Get thine wrinkles out of here.
wrinkle time.
You are able to exunt yourself from the hidden chamber.
The hidden camembert.
Camembert.
I'll take the top off, a little spice on that in the oven. Heat it
Rejoin
up.
your friends. So, did you find anything in there?
I will pull out the charcoal rubbing, and then I think Ashe there has the map that overlays it. Just a little.
Hads will point at the one near the big forest. Weren't you guys there just a few days ago?
Almost. We were just below that.
Shame. Kate will
Yeah.
snap her fingers. Wait, hold on. That Seedry we met. Albie. She mentioned
Yeah.
all sorts of relics and stuff. Wash up on her beach
Yeah.
there.
I wonder if that's where they come from.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Which suggests to me whatever used to be out there is probably sunk under the water.
Gonna have to figure out water breathing at some point.
Maybe you can just get a big kiss from Albie and let her do the breathing for you.
Yeah,
That honestly seems like a thing she could do, yeah.
yeah.
Sage Fox
And we
nodding.
can go explore. Fishy fishing.
Well, we ought to set camp for the night and then figure out where we're going from here. Doesn't look like there's a
Yes.
druid circle just hiding under there.
No, certainly not. Could certainly use a fire to dry off with as well. Little damp.
Ashe and I are on it. Yeah, you can.
I don't think having you on me will make me any drier.
No, but I can make you worse. Wait, no.
Make you wetter.
Yeah, you guys can make camp for the evening in the shadow of this beautiful lake and waterfall. Get yourself some nice baths while you're at it. So,
Absolutely. I finally get the last of that lipstick. There it is.
So, we'll be calling the session shortly, but first, where to next exactly?
I think still towards Moonvale, right?
No, we had the druid circle.
Yeah.
Oh,
chase
sorry,
around.
yes. Druid Circle, Moonshine, Dwarves, and then Moonvale?
What? Are we
I
skipping the
would like
stone
to ask-
tower?
Oh, we've skipping stone.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yes.
You wanted to go to
Yeah.
Neverson Deep.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I really do.
I will ask the party right now because we're close. We're this is the closest we'll ever be to the part where the dragon fell.
It is, but that's still so far.
It's such a hard
Yeah.
journey, but it's
Yeah.
not an impossible one. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm asking the party if you're willing to do it because that's the closest we'll get to it anytime soon.
I mean, I guess like we could keep going this way in our search for the druid circle, But like, if we find the druid circle, say right here, it'll be hard pressed to like
Yeah,
for us to
the
want to.
motivation to continue
make-
is understandably
Yeah.
lost. But if we get to like, if we find the circle here,
Yeah, then I could be convinced. Depending
I
on
agree.
what our like good situation is at the time.
Yeah, also we do need to worry about our food.
Eh.
Not quite yet we don't, but if we do another like thing or get sick, then we would.
Yeah.
I do have 2 spare supplies on me. So
Why are you keeping like random supplies not in the party loot?
Oh, I should
just
put my
why?
supplies in the party loot too.
Yeah, I keep 2 spare supplies in case of emergencies. Okay.
Yeah, it's a very awkward moment when there's like say a travel roll that comes up and it's like, yeah, you lose some food, and it's like for some reason this food over here though, not at all. You didn't know it exists, and because it was Schrodinger's food, that means it was immune to the effects of like
No,
a travel
like,
or a
most of-
curse. Or
yeah,
It's
no,
fine.
that's
We
fine.
unless you
This-
actually get to 0 food on the party loot, you won't have to dig into people's like personal stashes.
True.
Yeah,
But if
like
we
I
do
said,
ever
I
hit
normally
0
have-
and then like overflow into negatives, then I'm coming for anything on your character sheets.
Too
Yeah,
late.
that's
I've already
understandable.
put my entire personal stash onto the party loot.
I have it for emergencies. It's not come up yet, so it's not an emergency yet.
Steve's emergency rations.
So you're fine for now. But yeah, so continue on this way. Do you intend to go down into the valley, or do you want to just stay on the mountaintops?
We're already on the mountain, so we might as well stay here, and then
Yeah.
we'll descend into the valley if we need to.
Okay. So you're thinking like,
I
clamoring-
guess like
let me
Yeah, along the
unstick
mountains
myself
there.
here. So
Oh,
like,
yeah, what's the word?
I should probably be in a color you
Yeah,
can fucking see too.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking like,
Yeah,
are you meaning
because
to like go like here and then like climb down the mountain into this hex, whatever's down there?
Yeah,
You're expecting to
Yeah.
find?
Yeah.
If we don't find the thing, and I guess like while we're along the mountains here, it'd be probably a good like vantage point to see if there's any like open spaces in the rest of the valley.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
got a quite thick tree canopy in there, but yeah, I mean,
That's
it's
fair.
possible you'll see something in there.
I mean, like it took people 50 years to find, the planted color roots in Germany and in the U.S. Remember?
I miss anything important?
No.
Okay.
Session's winding down.
Yep, just
Okay.
planning out the route for next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We're
Time
gonna go along-
ever moving.
Time. So yeah,
along the
party's
line.
gonna keep on the mountaintops, then descend into Steve's Schizo Dragon Plan Square,
Okay.
and hopefully you'll bump into the druids on the way.
I hope
Yeah.
so. Like I thought we were gonna be close to this one, but I mean this is got an entire different
Yeah,
thing.
we're looking.
Hey, you
for
just
the
bumbled into
dwarves
something
and-
completely different.
Yeah.
but
yeah.
equally important.
Well,
But like I said, we're
Certainly
looking
cool.
for dwarves, moonshiner dwarves in the mountains, and druids in the mountains. So, if we find them before, like if we find them on this hex, we're like, okay, the motivation to continue an extra 2 is not going to be on people's agendas. But here, at
Yeah.
least we have a chance to. We're just a hop,
Yeah,
skipping away.
there we can go down into the valley, and then like the valley's
Follow,
probably
Yeah.
easier travel to get back to Verndale.
yeah, follow
and
the
then we
valley
can
out.
search more.
alright, so let's get some
Heck
travel
yeah.
rolls out of the way so I can see if I need to prep any cool, exciting discoveries.
Fair enough. Oh, that's
Oh,
a
that's a
bad one
failure.
there.
That's
Well,
looking like
I will say this: though, we are getting along, so we all get that inspiration with Kate.
Yeah, Ashe and
Yeah.
Kate do have inspo back.
Fair enough.
19.
18.
Right.
Ooh.
It's my turn to be the only one to make it.
I think it's the inspiration back,
No,
so I
I guess.
probably should like try and
But
reroll it into a success.
Thankfully, knack isn't a guidance effect. It's just
Nope.
be better at my fucking job.
Okay. Looks like you guys are in for a random encounter next time. Oh boy.
Yep.
Mountain encounters.
Nothing I can do about that. 18 is.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
sometimes you just
That
fail,
happens.
and that's okay.
Yep.
Yep.
You're...
Alright. So, in the meantime, I think we will call it there for now, my friends.
Sounds good.
Okey-doke.
I could use a
But-
cup of tea.
XP.
Yeah, we do have
the last
XP
time.
and goals, so let's check some goals first. Ashe, you did not find the Druid Circle.
Nope.
Steve, you did not do anything to investigate Verndale, you just left immediately. Theli, did you learn about the Druid Circle? No, not really. Vale did not write in a short-term goal. And Tori, you did in fact deliver a letter to a cool tower, so you can have an inspo. Good job.
It's boy.
I can pass that on to somebody else.
Pass the
No, I
savings
can
on to
keep
you.
it myself.
Yeah,
Also
you didn't
that.
have
Yeah,
any,
again,
so.
only 2 people got
I
inspo
used
back,
mine.
and
Yep.
I guess Steli had one just lying around
Immediately
for herself.
burned it, as I did.
I immediately burned it too, to try and guess into success.
All right.
I mean, mine turned into a success, so that's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no.
did. All right. So XP then. XP. So it'll take you 3 days to get over there. 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's been like 7 days since last session. This is number
I think
20.
the question I was going to have for you, Savin, with one of
Okay.
the magic items. Since it's been like over a week, do I have to make that con save again for the Ring of Untold Promise, or
Yeah, it has been a week. Why don't you go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw?
a wisdom saving throw? Okay. 11?
No, nothing happens.
I don't know if I want to be succeeding or failing. I have
Oh
no
my
idea.
God.
I don't know. What do you want to
We
do?
don't know.
That's the
We don't know if
mystery.
you are succeeding.
I
or
don't
Yeah, the
know.
DC
failing.
might be 10. You don't know.
I don't know.
You don't know.
But this
I
is a
could just be
different save
calling
from-
for saving throws for
Oh,
no
boy.
reason.
This is true. I mean, but this is a different save than last time too.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Did you explore a new or interesting location? I should think you did. Yes.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Yes.
Did you discover new interesting truth about the world?
Hell yeah.
Like what?
Like the
Magical dick wish.
this-
Wish.
Please, she's not a dick wizard. That is a
All she did was
secondary.
shrink one dick and give hands.
I said-
titties.
I said witch, not wizard. It's a big difference.
What? No, it's not. And no one gave her the dick either, which is truly heartbreaking. She was thirsting for that dragon cock.
thirsting.
I
Sadly,
would
I had to use the
say,
restroom.
like for truth-wise, more confirmation to the fact that the
Yeah, we
Fisher
found the
cult actually
actual-
wasn't nomadic.
We found the actual locations of like several temples.
Yeah, or at least you think they're temples, but you certainly have found
Yeah.
settlements of the fisher folk.
Yeah, and like
Grant you that.
a lot more than we'd previously found.
Yeah.
We found more evidence that the fisher folks were not a nomadic people, but a very highly established society.
Yeah.
We also found out that they were extant to a lot like more into the modern era than we thought before.
Or at least, if not into the modern era, then certainly they had more
The pre-modern
advanced
era.
technology than.
Oh
you would
yeah,
have
yeah. I
expected.
guess that's another way to think about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, they had a
the
tie
Fall of Winter did sort of
to the elves.
ass blast people back
Yeah.
a couple tech levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
S-
the thing is, they had a tie-in start to the start of fucking elves, which is like, wait a second, and humans and Baelish. So like, wait, if they had a tech level there and then just get wiped out, but not being tied into, the elves or the Baelish. Then
yeah,
what
that
the
would
fuck?
suggest that it wasn't Lord Winter who did it, at least. Finally, we found a problem that
Exactly.
August didn't cause.
That Winter didn't.
Amazing.
Indeed.
Did you advance or complete a quest? Yeah, you sure
Yeah.
have. Did you
Cool.
protect the people of Iona from a deadly threat? No.
No.
Did you instigate lasting change in the world at large or the life of a companion?
Well, fucking Jonah, if it got that, but no.
Not.
He joined us on an adventure and got to see sweet new things.
Yeah, but you haven't really
And-
instigated lasting change in his life.
No,
You've
not
just,
really.
just
Yeah.
shown
I'm
him
sorry,
cool stuff.
like, the revelation of this fucking bullshit.
I mean,
the
at that
fucking
point, you're counting that
Starlight,
every
the
time you
whole
guys see anything, so no.
Yeah, I wouldn't count
He-
that.
that's
Oh,
counted
okay.
back in the discover new interesting truths part.
Yeah, this would be more like the.
Like, if you
I
got
don't know,
Jonah
proving his,
married
like,
to
druid quirk.
somebody,
Oh, I
or
was gonna say,
like,
achieve, yeah,
cause him
achieving,
to like get his
life
arm chopped
work or
off.
something. Yeah.
And some big life changing moment rather than just like, oh cool, I'm doing my job and this is interesting. So no,
Yeah.
this looks like a 3 XP session, everybody.
Perfectly fine. Puts us at 97.
Yeah, one more of those and we'll be level 5.
Well, we'll have the
We'll have the
experience for level
We'll have
5.
the
We'll still have
experience
to
to get
do push-ups for a while.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway,
That's scary.
All right.
Okay,
If you're
please,
watching
I'm gonna
on
make
the
a
stream YouTube, thank you for tuning in. That will be, I believe, the last D&D session of the year. Unless Skow, you're not planning on running next Sunday, are you?
no.
All right, then that's the last we will see of you for the year. We will see you in
The last of us.
2025. Goodbye and Merry Christmas.